Hello everyone, today I stopped by McDonald's to place another order and increase it 20 times. Let's see exactly what I bought. The first is their summer seasonal drink, the Cherry Milkshake. Okay, this is delicious. Second up, we have the McChicken. This is a burger with a chicken patty, lettuce, bun, and mayonnaise on the inside. And finally, one of my favorite things at McDonald's is the Camembert Cheese, which is always served with a cranberry sauce. So let's try it. Very tasty, but this isn't really Camembert cheese, but more like mozzarella with a little bit of Camembert. Let's start with the most difficult stage for me. We need to repeat the original packaging, but we need to do this to be made like a super size. So to do this, we measure out all the dimensions, and we supersize it several times, and to transfer the dimensions to a large sheet of cardboard. Now we cut out along all the planned lines with the stationary knife. And continue to make the big box. At this stage, you need to glue the corners with hot glue. Turned out to be like a huge box with a very large McChicken. Now we just have to cut off the sharp corners. Now let's repeat the cheese packaging. It's ready, and it closes just like the original. And for the glass, we will use such a hefty plastic basket. And it's kind of transparent, so we're gonna go outside. Let's spray paint it white. And the rest of the boxes will be painted in the traditional way, using a roller. We're ready. Now let's take the paints of different colors and start decorating bright elements so that it is just like the original boxes. It's ready. In my opinion, it turned out to be as similar as possible, so we spent 2 days on this. The only thing left is to supersize the food itself, and let's start with the Camembert cheese, which is kind of like mozzarella. To do this, we need a lot of farm milk, which has not undergone any pasteurization. In general, the milk is straight from the cow, as it is. Here we have 40 liters. Let's pour it into a large saucepan. And set it on the stove. And turn on the burner. And we will mix it periodically so that the milk does not burn. In the end, we just need to warm it up a little bit, more than 50 degrees. And now we're going to need a lot of vinegar. Just pour it into the milk. Thus, we will increase the acidity, and the cheese will separate itself from the whey. So now look, the pieces that float are the real mozzarella. Now we need to collect all of this with a sieve. And transfer it into a bowl. There was a lot here. The mozzarella is very liquidy now, so we're going to pick up some small portions and squeeze out the excess moisture. We're left with a big ball of mozzarella, just like in a store. And we continue to squeeze out the liquid. And we need to do this a bunch of different times. We are left with 5 kilograms of homemade mozzarella, but it's not really salty and therefore tasteless. To fix this, let's pour half a kilogram of salt into the serum. And dissolve this. And we'll heat it up again. And we pop the cheese back in. In the hot way, we salt our mozzarella, constantly stretching and folding it. After 20 minutes, we're left with the ideal consistency. We put it into a ball and into the bowl. And in order to get the smell of Camembert as in the original, we will take some purchased Camembert cheese and open it up. Now, using a knife, we cut off all the white crusts, because they do not melt when heated. Put the Camembert core into the mozzarella, and put this all into the microwave for 3 minutes so that all of the Camembert melts. Done. Now the Camembert is liquidy and can easily be mixed into the mozzarella. We take out our final version of the cheese and put it into a triangular shape. We will distribute this evenly with our hands. We did this whole thing again to fill out a second mold. And one more time for the third. All this cheese needs to be cooled down really well. In the meantime, we'll repeat the cranberry sauce. We need a couple of kilograms of frozen cranberries. Pop them into a saucepan. Then add some sugar. And mix it up really well. Let's add some water. And boil it for 10 minutes. All that's left to do is to kill it all with a blender. The cranberry sauce is now ready. Let's pour it into a large saucepan. Let's proceed to increase the McChicken. First the bun. Pour some milk into a bowl. Warm water. Yeast. Sugar to speed up the work of the yeast. Salt and flour. Mix it up. We're left with the sourdough like this. And if it has risen, then everything is fine. The yeast has started working. Add some more flour. Now it can all be installed into a stand mixer. And knead the dough. Now you just need to add a half package of butter to it. The dough is ready. Cover it up with cling wrap and let it rise for about an hour. Done. Now let's settle the dough, pat it a little bit, and you can put it onto a baking sheet. Once again, cover it with foil and wait until the dough swells. That's done. You can take off the wrap. Break an egg into a bowl and mix it up. Now you need to egg wash the bun for a golden crust. And sprinkle some sesame seeds on top. And that's it. We send it into the oven. And bake it at 180 degrees. You can take it out. The bun is ready, and it turned out to be really soft. Let's slice it into 2 parts. Now let's take our box and put the bun in it. Now we need some iceberg lettuce. Cut it up. And put it onto the bottom bun. Then put on some mayonnaise. Now let's move on to the chicken cutlet. We will make this from thigh fillets because they're juicier than a breast. Let's cut them into smaller pieces. Put them into a meat grinder and mince it all. Add some salt, black pepper, and mix. We'll put all of this onto a sheet of parchment. And we'll form a cutlet with our hands. Since it is large, it must be pre-cooked in the oven. There it is. Now it's time to bread it. First, roll it in flour. Also, we're gonna need some panko crumbs. Let's pour them out onto a tray. And we'll use the chicken fat as the liquid. We lubricate the cutlet with them. And transfer it into the breadcrumbs. Now let's lubricate the other side. And sprinkle with breadcrumbs as well. Now we need to prepare a huge deep fryer. To do this, pour 30 liters of oil into a saucepan. There you go. Now you just need to warm it up. As soon as it has become hotter than 150 degrees, you can fry the cutlet. When it is a golden brown, we can take it out. We put it onto some paper towels so that the excess fat stacks, and then onto the burger. All that's left is to cover it up with the bun, and the giant McChicken is ready. In my opinion, it turned out really similar. Now let's move on to the cherry milkshake. Let's take 10 kilograms of cherries for this. Open them up. And pour them into a saucepan. Now fill it with plenty of water. And also a lot of sugar. We boiled this off for 2 hours and boiled the taste of cherries to the maximum. They even lost their color. It can be removed from the stove. Now we scoop up the cherries with a sieve. And squeeze out the remaining juice from them. And throw out the unnecessary peels and the pits just to continue to extract the juice from the cherries. Take our hefty glass and pour the concentrated cherry juice into it. And now you need a lot of vanilla ice cream. Break it in half and squeeze it out into the glass. To make it faster, we decided to open everything at once. Now we need a lot of milk. Let's open them up. And pour it into a glass. And while the glass is not full, mix it conveniently with a large mixer. Shake is homogeneous, and now you can top it up with the remaining milk. To make it look like the original, we drilled a hole in the lid. Put it into a glass and insert the straw. The giant cherry shake from McDonald's is ready. By this time, the cheese is already hardened, so we peel it off from the sides. And we take it out of the mold. It's ready. First, we cover up the cheese with flour on all sides. Next, give it an egg wash. And bread it in breadcrumbs. And to make it look like the original, sprinkle it with black and white sesame seeds. Now the breaded cheese is transferred to a grate. And we can go immerse it in a deep fryer. A giant piece of cheese is gradually fried, and when the crust has turned golden, we take it out. We'll also lay this out on paper towels. It is very crunchy. We'll do the same thing with the second piece. And the third. As a result, we got 3 huge pieces of Camembert cheese. It's a pity that only 2 pieces fit into our box. So we got our milkshake, the Camembert cheese, McChicken, and sauce we have increased. The McDonald's menu is ready, so let's try it. First, cut off a piece of the burger. It is very similar to the original McChicken, and this is like 100% similarity. The cherry milkshake is also very tasty, but the similarity of the original is about 80%. After all, McDonald's tastes more chemical. Now we just have to try the Camembert cheese. It's a pity that it managed to cool down a little bit. It doesn't stretch as much, but it looks just like the McDonald's Camembert, especially if it is eaten with the cranberry sauce. Honestly, this is way tastier. We want to pack up the rest of the food in the form of a Happy Meal. This is the box in which, like in addition to food, they also put a toy. And this time we came across some Pokemon card games. So let's quickly make a huge Happy Meal. It's ready. Now let's put our food inside. And then the cheese. The cranberry sauce. The toy, which is a twister game. And now we close up the Happy Meal and send it all to the Mother and Children's Home to please the children in need. It's not for nothing that we got so steamed up over the packaging. They were so happy with each new box, just like I was when I was a kid. They opened up everything and tasted everything that we had cooked for them, and they really liked it. And if this video gets 200,000 likes, then I will immediately go start cooking another giant Iron Bear Haribo. Also, subscribe to the channel. Bye, everybody.